Recording now started. We're at a Coldwell Banker office in Mississauga. And we're starting off. We've got everyone in the office. We're now have the app on their phone. And the beauty of this app is you will have access to 30,000 listings from your mobile device, no matter where you are in the world. The app started in 2016, and we went from 0 to 7,000 users. 2017, it doubled to 14,000. This year is 2018. So you can see that it's starting to spread. More and more people are using it all the time. And because this is a real estate broker service, you'll notice there's not flashy ads that come on our system all the time, jumping in your face, advertising cars and advertising all kinds of things. It's just clean, pure real estate. And it's developed by brokers for brokers. Only brokers and salespeople can join the service. Okay? That's a very important consideration.
Broker, and I wasn't sure if he could join or not, but he can view it as a member of the public.
The public can view all of this information, but the public, God bless you, the public cannot join this service. Okay? They can, however, post information in database number 2, which a lot of people don't know about. But the only people that can read the contact information in database number 2 are? That's a question to everyone.
Sorry,
database number 2. Who can read information in database number 2?
Anybody.
Only the members.
Oh.
Okay? All right. Let's move on. So we suggest that everyone in the world interested in real estate, no matter who you are, no matter what country you're in, should add the app to their phone. It's a growing service. And if you go to database 2, there are listings in your area now in database 2, placed by people in your area, no matter whether you're in Asia, Europe, no matter where you are in the world. And I'll be showing that in a moment. And these are free services. We built them that way because all the brokers here, it's just like if you controlled a world newspaper and you could add free, you can advertise free every single day of the year, would you do it? Yeah, that's what this is, okay? And we say that it's almost free. Bill Gates was talking to Warren Buffett one time, back in 1990. You have a chance to reach the whole world, almost free, with the internet. It's amazing. And this service, because it's specialized for brokers in real estate, it's a database that keeps your information on the internet 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anybody can read your information if you have it less than 90 days old. Your listings must be less than 90 days old. This is something new this year from ICIWorld. There's a responsibility on the part of you, the salespeople in the industry, to keep your information up to date. Okay? And so if your information is less than 90 days old on ICIWorld, it will get seen by all the people using these apps. Let's move on. Oops. There's now over 3.7 billion people that are using the internet. And 60% of them are using the mobile solutions to whatever they're looking for. People use these phones 7 times more than they use their computer. So not only is it important for ICIWorld to present your information on mobile devices worldwide, but it's also important for each of you to have a mobile website. Up until now, they've actually been very expensive. Back in 1990 and 2001, people spent $30,000 to have color photos on a website. Today, you can have a website for $16.50 per month. It's ridiculous. Everybody should have it. Even if you have one website, you can have a second website for $16. They are like billboards. So if you have one billboard on Derry Road, you have another billboard on here Ontario Street someplace, you can have more than one website as long as they all work automatically, updating themselves. You do have to check them once a month. Sometimes your listings will go dead There's glitches in the internet, just like there's glitches on your car. You get a flat tire. You do not abandon the car when you have a flat tire. You get the tire fixed. Anything that you're not making money on here or generating leads, we have a measurement. It's called our pledge. If you're not generating leads every 90 days, you give us a call. There's something wrong. It could be your website is down. You don't even know it. The domain name doesn't work. The listings, something happened and it kicked the listings off. Things can happen. So you got to check these things. The most important thing, I think, is each of you have families and you want to earn an income. When you go fishing and marketing, they're almost the same. Because right now, you don't know where your next deal is coming from. So you want to make sure that you have the line in the water. At least you have a chance. But you better check your bait in the water when you go fishing. You don't want to be sitting there with just a hook. You got to make sure it's got something on it. Okay?
Yeah.
And the same thing is true with information. If your information is older than 90 days, some people say, I haven't been getting connections. How come? I go check their listings. That's 1 year old. You got to keep it up to date or people are not seeing it. Let's move on. So ICIWorld is a society of real estate brokers and salespeople. We only allow brokers and salespeople to join. And we're networking exclusive real estate, which is the subject, a main subject today for you. Because there's a lot of information in this area that is exclusive that won't be on the Toronto Real Estate Board. And I'm going to be showing you today how you can work residential real estate and commercial real estate absolutely confidentially is what I'm talking about, and to trigger a lead. We also, however, advertise your listings, and we do it on mobile devices and computers, and we're reaching people in 138 countries. We have approximately 40,000 unique IP addresses per month. That doesn't necessarily mean people, but it's the closest as we can come to estimating the number of people that visit the website. That doesn't include all the other things we're doing, which I'll cover that in a moment too. It's actually more than that. Okay. I'm going to cover the session today. We're doing it free in consideration of me doing a little 6-minute commercial on our services. I'm just going to do about 1 minute right now and another minute or two later, and that's it. The rest I'm going to be talking about is education, how you can use this. And you can use a lot of these ideas without joining our service. You can make use of all of these ideas. But for ICIWorld, our normal membership is $319 for a year for all of our members. Even your renewals are $319 or $40 per month. Now today, when I do a seminar in the office, sometimes I will offer a special. The special is on the back of the card, if you see there. If you look on the back of your card, okay? So that's the special today when you want to join. It's unlimited advertisement, plus you get these widgets that you can put on your website. That's all included. So we're like an automobile club service. We have a membership, and then we try to add more things all the time into your membership to really make it worth your while, to make sure that you like everything. And it triggers leads. Now, there's one thing I would like you to do. Pull up your phones now again and open up the app and go to the word more if you have the app. And the fourth one down says testimonials. Can you please click on that? And we're all doing that in the office here. I'll do it online so people can see it as well.
These are your testimonials?
Yeah. Or testimonials. More.
Yeah.
If everyone can go down and start to see the pictures,
Yeah.
and just start going through them one by one if you could.
They're very good.
I want you to see there's over, if you had to print this out, in fact, I've got it printed out, it's 50 pages, double-sided, okay?
Second one is you.
Instead, you can just go down and start to see them all online.
Right?
You see all of those?
Yeah.
This is what you see. I wanted you to see this because you all spent your precious time away from your family and your other business to come here today. How do you know it's worth it to come here today? I suggest to you, this makes it worth it. When these people can do deals, you people can do deals. Okay? You just got to give us a chance to help you a little bit. And if you give me a chance to help each and every one of you, I want you to be up here the next picture next month, that you can have up here. So get excited. This should be exciting for you to see that you can make money with information. Because up till today, you only had one way to make money. That's with the Toronto Real Estate Board. The Toronto Real Estate Board and MLS, it's still the backbone of our business. It's still important. But if you can't get a signed listing, you're out of business. But with information, you will always be in business. And I'm going to show you that today. This is a learning workshop for real estate brokers and salespeople. Nobody else. This is our business family, okay? And this is for brokers and salespeople to learn this stuff. All of these deals that you see here, it was not done on the Toronto Real Estate Board. We're opening up your mind. This is box busting information, okay? And it works every place in the world, no matter where you are. You can be in Miami. You can be in Vancouver, Montreal, Collingwood, Mississauga. It doesn't matter where you are. This stuff works, okay? So I'm going to let you go through this, and it works for residential and it works for commercial, okay? And you can read through. Here's one. This deal here that he did for $55 million, there were 12 or 14 offers from all the major commercial brokers in Toronto. It was a broker like yourselves that was on ICIWorld that sold it. Okay? So this gives you a chance to do big deals too now. Before, a lot of these big companies, they kept all their buyers to themselves. Well, now independent brokers are networking with other independent brokers, and we're doing deals. Some people say 65% of the business in North America is actually done by independent brokers like yourself. But sometimes the big signs, you see all the other guys, when really it's people like ourselves that are doing a lot of the business. And this service helps bring you together so that if you have a big buyer and you have something to sell, it's confidential. Sometimes within the same office, you don't even know it. But if you put it up here, you can connect to get together. Okay, any questions so far? Thank you. The app, you've got it. All right, let's move on. By the way, you see that CCIM designation down there? That's me. I'm going to cover this in a moment, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it and invite you to come to the meetings. But let's move on here. Now, people say, oh my God, what's going on here? Well, there's really only two things you do on ICIWorld. Maybe some of the things that I talk about, it's hard to understand or you don't really absorb. Say, what's he talking about? I'm going to try to simplify it a little bit for you. When you go to ICIWorld, this is the main screen that you're going to see. And when you want to search, what do you click on?
Search.
Pardon me?
Search.
You click on search, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we already showed you, wait a minute, let me cancel this other screen down here. I'm going to have to redo that. Okay, so when you want to search, I don't know why it's not all coming in. There it is. Okay, when you want to search, you click on search. And you already know that you can click on commercial, residential, or both. If you click on residential, here we go. And if I want to search the residential and sort them by price, I can do that. You can do that on your phones. We've already gone over that before we started this meeting. And there they are. These are all coming in from the business. Look at this. East, exclusive, coming for sale. You don't see these on the Toronto Real Estate Board. So this gives you a chance to do all the business in the marketplace out here that you can't put on the Toronto Real Estate Board. You can put it here and connect with others to make money. So it's very exciting in that sense. Let's go back here. So searching is one thing that you do. The other thing that you do, once you're a member, is to add your haves and wants. Somebody says, I'm going to ask a question today. Did anybody have somebody say to them, I want to sell this property, but I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission? How many people had that said to themselves in the last year, within this last year? Anybody? One, two? Everybody gives you a listing all the time?
Oh.
You're very fortunate. How many listings do you have now?
2.
Two. Okay. All the FISBOs that are out there. Does anybody talk to a FISBO this year?
Yes.
For sale by owner?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking to people who say, I want to try to, if you bring me a buyer, I will pay you a commission, but I don't want to give you a listing.
Yeah.
Have you had somebody say that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Everybody here? Okay, everybody. All right. So we're a little timid here today, but you can say it. It's good. It helps everybody learn. That's the situation I'm talking about here today, that there's a special way to work that kind of information. And because the MLS, when you put your listing on the Toronto Real Estate Board, they put it on the internet where everybody can see it and they can call you. You go show it and you make $20,000. Now, as of today, I'm going to show you how you can do it with information. That you can put it on the internet, somebody can see it, and before you show it, before you tell somebody the address, you're going to put an agreement in place first. Then you're going to go show it, and you're going to make $20,000. So you can do it with information and with listings after today. You're no longer going to be restricted to making money with just Toronto Real Estate Board.
Carrie, are you gonna talk about the referrals?
Yeah, I'm coming to that. And thank you for reminding me of that too. I'm going to show you how you add this piece of information. You click on login, and all of the choices are on this left-hand green column that you see over here. And one of the things that you can do is after you log in, you can add your have or want. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And this is the form that you enter your information on. Now, does somebody have a listing that they think they might be getting in the next 1, 2, 3 months? Anybody in the room at all? Are you getting a listing in the next 1, 2, 3 months from somebody? Can I use one example from you?
Sure.
Is it a house, a commercial, what, anything?
House.
It's a house in Mississauga,
Brampton.
Brampton, roughly, how much roughly?
Around 7.
700,000? Okay. Watch how this can be done. I'm going to type in coming for sale, Brampton, home. And I'm going to say approximately 700,000. And the reason is when you get there and sign the listing, they might want 725.
I will change.
Or it could change, right? So you say approximately. Now, does it have a finished basement or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay, there's a separate entrance for, okay, so just say finished basement, basement. That's it. That's it. And then you can do this from your computer at home. You click on Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto, and you choose Brampton. Then you come down here and you choose residential. Residential estates, single family homes. After the date, you repeat it again, home, Brampton, and people say, why do you repeat it? Well, here's the reason why. This subject line here is sent out and distributed to the industry 20,000 emails within 24 hours of you putting this listing on, separate from being in a searchable database. And then this is necessary, the 700,000, so that people can actually search that $700,000. Then what we usually do is we copy this information, copy it, and come down here and paste it in here. And then we usually put a link here to the city of Brampton. Right now I'm going to put a link here to the city of Toronto. We'll show you how to do that. That particular link, I have a saying that 90% of the brokers have not really arrived effectively on the internet because they're putting properties on the internet with no due regard to the location. And when you think of it, the three most important words, location, 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 it's being missed on the internet. So somebody looking at this listing from Asia, from Europe, from another part of Canada, you know, how do they know what Brampton is like to live in? So why not link to a Brampton website? And so we get you to learn how to get these websites. This is something that we teach you. And it happens to be Brampton, I think it's brampton.on.ca. Hang on. So there's the Brampton website that helps to sell Brampton to the world. So if somebody sees this, they look at how happy everybody is. They're looking forward to coming to Canada. The population of Canada would be going down if it wasn't for immigration. So lots of people are coming to this area, and this helps to sell, Brampton to the world by putting this link in here. Do you think this link can help sell your properties? It can help, right? At least to generate leads for you. I'm a lead generation for all of you. Even though I've been a broker for over 40 years, please consider me as an assistant. I'm like a personal assistant to you. I'm specializing in being an assistant to everyone. And whatever I say, they are just suggestions, people, everything I'm saying. You're the final decision maker on everything. You're the boss, not me. But because I'm working with 1,000 other brokers, I'm learning things from helping them that I would like the opportunity to help each and every one of you. Let's move on. So now, oopsie daisy, and we go back to the listing. We go down to the bottom, and here's the key. Look at that. This is worth talking about right here. You are no longer restricted to making money with just MLS after today. You have a chance to make a lot of other money now today with a service like this throughout the year. Somebody says, I want to sell my restaurant, but does a person selling the restaurant, do they want to put it on the Toronto Real Estate Board? No, why not?
Disclosure.
There's a good reason.
Disclosure. They don't want to open it out to the public.
They don't want the public to know that it's for sale because it could be bad for business.
Exactly.
Maybe people think there's something wrong. Maybe the employees, they're going to start to leave because the new person, they're not going to hire me. There can be lots of reasons why a lot of people don't want to put it on the real estate board. Lots of reasons.
Trump forces you to put the seller's name.
Pardon me?
Trump
That-
forces you to
that's
disclose
true.
the seller.
That's another thing, too.
Yeah, very valid.
That's right. Sometimes a person who has an exclusive home from 2 million to 30 million, sometimes they don't want the interior of their home plastered all over the internet, all their personal belongings and everything. And sometimes they don't want the family members to know. Sometimes they've got 7 real estate people in the family, and it's going to be a problem to list it with one of them. So there's lots of reasons why sometimes people don't want their home that way. And sometimes people just don't even want the neighbors to know. They don't want them coming through their home. So they like it done on a confidential, exclusive basis, which this service can do, and still get the exposure. That's the key thing. You still need the exposure. So you'll see that if you have a client, a regular client of yours that wants to sell something, you can choose regular client. And I'm going to show you how to represent it when you put it on ICIWorld. And the last question on the page says, will you allow your listing to be advertised on other brokers' websites? And you have a choice to answer yes or answer no. If you would entertain another broker bringing a buyer and you would work with them, you should answer yes. If for any reason you don't want to work with another broker, you answer no. Okay? Any questions on that? And then you add it. Now, once you add the listing, over here, this says latest world residential on the left-hand side. These are the latest listings going in. So if you add the listing now, and I click on latest world, that's going to be the first one right up there. These are the listings that are coming in every minute, every hour, throughout the day, every day. Okay? And you'll see there's people that want things, and there's people that have things. And there they all are. And there's the contact name and phone number. This will give you creative ideas in your marketplace to do business. Let's say you're going for a trip up north this weekend, and somebody wants to buy a hotel motel, and you stop in to get some gas someplace. Why not go talk to the owner? It takes 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Go talk to the owner. By the way, I'm from Toronto. I have some buyers for hotels, motels. If you're ever thinking of selling, let me know. By the way, how much would you want for it? And he says, if you bring me in $3 million, I'll sell it right now. That is an opportunity for you to do business. And I'll show you 3 special questions today. You get your cameras ready and you can take a picture of it. It's coming up. These are the latest World Residential ones. I'm going to click on latest commercial. And this will also give you ideas on how you can do business for commercial real estate as well. Every kind of business going. There's over almost 2,000 businesses here. All right. So now you know how to search listings. Now you know how to add your listings. Any questions on that? And how do we actually help you? Well, I'm going to show you. Up here it says make an appointment. When you click on that, a screen is going to open up with the information on it. Maybe you're a little bit slow with the internet here. Is there a what do you call it, a network plug here that we can plug in a cable?
At the back.
At the back of the room?
Yeah.
Do you mind if we plug it in?
Do one over there.
Hang on 1 second. I'm just going to pause the.
They have that.
I've got the cable. Hang
One
on.
should be there too.
Hang on 1 second. Let me just pause this for 1 moment. Oh, click on pause. Thank you. Okay, so how you book your appointments, you book your appointment, and then 10 minutes before your time, before this appointment, you go back to ICIWorld and you click on this webinar workshops here, and our 2 computers will connect. And then you can push the mouse on your side and say, what do you think of this? I do this, and then I give you little tips on how to make sure. My job is to help each and every one of you make money. That's what I do. And that's when I feel best, is when you've done a deal and I can put you up as a testimonial. That's why I just love that. I really enjoy doing that for people.
How long will be the webinar workshop?
Everyone is 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
And
per
you
person.
only need one,
Okay.
really, most people only need one to get started. And the reason is we have handed something special out today. Do you mind me bothering you for that orientation, please?
Yeah.
This orientation workshop, okay, hang on 1 second. I'm wondering if I can turn the camera on. I'm going to turn the webcam on here for 1 moment. I don't know if it's going to be able to see. Camera on, people can see me,
Yeah.
but I don't see where they can see me. Sharing the webcam. Usually I should have a spot. Can you see me there, anybody at home? The people at home that are listening, can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I just wanted to show you the orientation workshop. I'm going to now shut that back off. That's okay. All right. So this orientation workshop is a step-by-step instruction on how to do everything. Okay? But we also have a video. You listen to the video and you listen to this, and you can be doing it all together and be putting your listings on. It's complete instructions on how to do everything. It's called the orientation. Very important because it's a good checklist, because in the past, we've had people who were members who did not take advantage of all the services. This way you can go through here. And if you go longer than 3 months and you're not making connections, go through this and you'll see the reason why. All right, let's move on. The other thing is we recommend that you have a minimum of 15 opportunities to do business. And people say, oh my God, where am I going to get 15 listings? I've never had more than 1, 2, or 3 listings on a Toronto real estate board. How can I have 15? That's because you can work information here, not just listings. And that comes from many sources. It can come from a builder. Builders say, you bring me in a buyer for a new home, I'll pay you a commission. Every builder, everybody should have a new home for sale here from some builder right now. You can put the concept in, $1.2 million new home to be built. Double car garage, ground level family room, 2,400 square feet, Richmond Hill, someplace. You can put stuff like that in here.
So, just to interject, all these emails, I don't know, you must get them too, from builders, new development, this and that. Instead of just looking at it and say, okay, I'm gonna go maybe follow up with that later, if you do right away, you can post a posting,
Yeah.
like you just said.
And even if we have been registered with the builder, then only we get those emails. Otherwise, we don't get the emails too with the new thing.
Yeah. Let's move on. Now, there's our training and support. We've just talked about it. You know our pledge, never go longer than 90 days. And we do have a special educational YouTube channel. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it right now. These are on demand. These particular webinars will teach you how to take advantage of the real estate industry, where information is the gold on the internet. This is all available through the website. You can see this. And you can just click on these videos. For instance, if you have a website, what good is a website if you don't have any traffic? You got to get traffic to your website. So guess what? What's this video here say? Can you see that one there? How to promote you. Click on that. Up comes a nice video that's going to talk about how to get traffic to your website. And it's specifically designed for brokers.
But ICIWorld, for those people that don't know, is a society of
Okay.
real estate brokers.
Anyways, that's the introduction, and then you can listen to that again on your own time. The other thing you can do is you go to the main website and you're going to see something special here called events. And I'm going to click on events, and this goes for the people at home that are listening as well. It also goes for everyone that's going to be listening to this video even 1, 2, 3 years from now. All our videos since the beginning of time still apply to this day. On the screen in the events category, you're going to see that there are daily webinar workshops. This is brand new in 2018. We didn't have this before. So in other words, at 10:30 this morning, there was a workshop on how to do all of this stuff. At 1 o'clock, the orientation that we talked about right here, there it is there. You can register for it right there and listen to it in a video, and you can follow along with this. And then at 6 o'clock tonight, there's another one that you can listen to. And 8 o'clock tonight, what's this one entitled? What's that say? How to promote your website. It's absolutely free, people. We want you to be able to do this stuff. And then when you do that, you're going to appreciate that it's the listings that trigger the leads when you listen to that. If you have an empty store and it's a shoe store, there's nothing to sell. But if you have listings on your website, that's like having special brand of shoes in your shoe store. You have something else to sell. So the listings from ICIWorld trigger the leads. You can do referrals and you can do direct business. You do one referral, you make $5,000. You do some business, you make $20,000. Everybody should be doing business every year on this stuff. There's 3.7 billion people on the internet. When you go down further here, you'll see that there's an announcement for meetings. There's the announcement for today's meeting, where we are. This is where we are today, people that are listening in. And when I click on that, you'll see, whoopsie daisy, page not found. That's interesting. Something's wrong there. Let me try it again. I'll go down here and click on view the presentation page. There it is. There's the announcement for today's session, and you'll see other sessions coming up. We have another one. Another office has actually booked the Toronto Real Estate Board, and they have 50 people coming. So we're doing that another one next month for that. And then we do different sessions, and I do sessions even in Florida. And one of the reasons we're doing them in Florida is because, I have a question for you. If you have, would you like to have Florida listings on your website that people can call you on and you can do referrals?
Interesting, yes.
Interesting, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what we're setting up for you. We're doing all these things on the internet to help you generate business. And you'll see mastering, there it is. That's the one in Florida. There's another one here. That's a networking session. 50 commercial guys going to a baseball game that are networking the top 50 people down in Southeast Florida. Then there's one, this is the course that's coming up, one of the courses for CCIM. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And then you'll see there's the Mississauga Real Estate Board Annual General Meeting. ICIWorld has a booth at this show. So come by and see us at the booth at the Mississauga Real Estate Board Annual General Meeting. And then there's another one, we're doing Coldwell Banker up in Sudbury. Another one, Realtor Quest. People, everybody's got, how many people here have been to Realtor Quest? How many people have not been to Realtor Quest? Okay, we recommend that everyone go. You gotta go.
It's great.
Yeah.
In one day, you will see more products and services in one day that can help you in business than you can looking around for 1 year all by yourself. It's really productive day. And guess what? The lunch is like $50. It's free for you. You're members of the Toronto Real Estate Board. It's free for you. So that's another thing. ICIWorld has a booth at this show. Our booth is one of the busiest booths at the show. And one of the reasons is because we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website and it's not as powerful as the websites we supply for $16.50. And I'm going to be showing you here today, and then you can be the judge. Let's move on. Any questions so far? All right. Now, this session, I've been doing it for many years. It works as good today as it did before. And the reason is 20 years ago, we used to stand up at the Toronto Real Estate Board. And one broker would stand up and he says, you know, we do a have and want marketing session. I have a little shopping center for sale for $2.4 million. And 3 people would put their hands up and says, we have buyers for that. You don't give the address. You exchange the business cards. And then you go outside in the room afterwards and you talk privately one-on-one to try to make arrangements to go show. These have and want marketing sessions, that's what gave growth to this service today. It came right out of brokers like this doing have and want marketing sessions. And so I'm like a clerk to a certain extent. I'm getting your haves and wants so that maybe you can see them and then you two guys can go get together and go do some business, you know? So that's all we're trying to do here. What's exciting today, though, is there's 3.7 billion people that are using the internet, and this service was built for brokers. A long time ago, we used to get lots of money being offered for other people to join that were not brokers. We did not accept the money. We stuck with this to keep the price down. And everything we do by having the appointments, you know, one-on-one, if we had 10 girls sitting in an office and guys sitting in an office to give service, that would cost a lot of money to be there on the phone. But if you do it the way we suggest, you make an appointment, we can have 20 appointments, no problem. But to have 20 phone calls at once, no. This way it keeps the price down. Because once you know how to do it, you just add your listings and search listings and go do deals and just keep doing it. It's easy. It's basically one computer on the internet, a very special computer. It's been designed by a former senior search engineer from the Nortel Corporation. We actually have our own server on the internet. We don't want anybody else bogging down this server. Just our business, our real estate business worldwide. And it's like 20% capacity. It's not even near using everything that it's got. It's got so much power. I'm not going to cover this today, but I think it's in your PowerPoint presentation. Do you see the PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Has anybody got an extra PowerPoint? Have you got an extra PowerPoint there? Just slide it down the table here. And I'm not going to talk about all of these things here, but I think they're listed there, aren't they? The iPad and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, those are special services. Because I'm concentrating on things that really make money here today, I'm not going to cover all of these apps, but these are the apps that we use, a lot of people on the internet use. It's fantastic. I mean, this Evernote app right there, if I forget something, I just tap one button and I tap a plus sign and I go text note and I can put the note right in here and save it. And whatever thought I had is now captured here because I'm very forgetful. And sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and you have a beautiful idea, but 2 hours later, you can't even remember what it is. And it was a good idea. Now you put them down right away and you don't lose them. If you get an email that's very important, you can email to this program called Evernote, and it will save it in a special place for you. So it's great for business organization. We recommend it's one of the most used apps on people's phone today. KeyPass info, that's how I keep track of about 200 passwords, because to build this service, believe me, it costs more than making a car. This service to build it costs more than making a house. I'm talking a Toronto house, over $1 million. It costs more than that to build this service. It's hard to understand, but someday I'd like to write a book about everything that went in, and you would understand all the major companies played a part in building this, right from the start of Bill Gates and Microsoft himself. Dropbox, if I took this computer and accidentally dropped it on the floor, I can be back up and running probably within 5 minutes if somebody had a laptop here. Now I have a question for each of you. If you lost your computer today, are you in trouble? How many people are in trouble here?
No.
No.
Okay. You've got it backed up?
Yes.
You got it backed up?
Yeah.
Good for you. Yourself? Good for you. Good for you. So Dropbox is one way that I have it backed up. If I save something right now and I make a change to my PowerPoint, it's instantly backed up in Dropbox.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got it, the cloud of some sort?
I use Google Drive too.
Google Drive.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dropbox.
So you can save things, okay? So very important to have something like that working for yourself. Real estate apps, if you're driving in your car and you got a customer in the car and you want to show him the house over here that's 500,000, but he sees one over here, he says, well, I like that one better. That can waste a lot of time if you don't know the price. But if you bring up your iPad or your notepad or whatever it is that you have, you can search realtor.ca and see how much that house is right while you're in the car. That is giving good service. So that's good to have. There's some other apps. I'm not going to go through them because it will take up too much time. Top commercial apps for CCIMs. These are reports that we're getting from other CCIMs that use these services. I leave them there so that you can check them all out on your own time. Some of them will be very important for different people depending on who you are. Why isn't that working? Okay, let's move on. There is some information on myself, and I put this in here. Oh, by the way, 2 days ago, people, I just got a special designation. Here it is. Hang on. Hang on. I really screwed that up, didn't I? Okay. Anybody know what that is? Yeah. I'll just leave that one off there for now. Hang on. CAPS, just got it. Stands for Certified International Property Specialist. I've been looking forward to getting that for about, 3-4 years. And I took the courses this last year and just got the results and put in the application and just got it approved. Oh, I just got it approved.
Congratulations.
And I know that when you get designations, it's really kind of nice to get these designations. And we now have it. And part of the reason is that I got it is because I want to network with other real estate brokers worldwide, throughout the world. And so you're going to find that from ICIWorld, we're going to be doing the same session that I'm doing here in Canada. I do them in Florida, and I want to start doing them in other parts of the world. So you might be listening in someday to a live webinar while I'm busy doing a seminar. It could be in Europe. It could be in Asia. I've been invited to India to do some sessions like this in India. Okay, so, and I'm looking forward to that because we have a lot of members from Southeast Asia, from the subcontinent. And I just really enjoy helping everybody connect to do deals. And it's one way of expanding the service worldwide. Caribbean, South America, all of that. Also, maybe one more thing I should point out here is the CCIM designation. I'd like to invite you all, and you can write it down on your PowerPoint presentation. It's called CI 101. It's a course, CI 101. I recommend everyone in this room should take the course CI 101 from the CCIM. What page is that CCIM? It's where my designation is. It's on page, there it is. It's on page 4.
Yeah, next page.
Page 4 to the top left corner where it says CCIM. Mark down three things. CCIM.com, you should go there and check it out. CCIM.com. The other website you should mark down is CCIMcanada.com. Yeah, just write it down. It's not written down there. www.ccimcanada.com. And the course that everyone should start with is CI 101. And here's the reason why, and see if you like it. In order to sell an investment property to anyone, if you can paint a picture of how they make money, you have a good chance to do a deal. If you can't paint a good picture, the same property, if you can't paint a good picture, then they don't know. They just are unanswered questions. But if you can paint a picture, how much money goes into a project, how much it makes during 5 years, and then when you take your money out of the project when you sell it, how much do you end up with here after what you put in? And if you can paint this picture really nice, that's what the CI 101 can help you do. It can actually take the mystery out of commercial real estate. So if you've been doing nothing but residential real estate up to now, you actually have a good foundation to take the CI 101 course to help people invest in real estate. And so that's why we recommend that. Let's move on. Oopsie daisy. The Facebook and all of these things down here, we think that's important to help you promote your website. So if you have a website, you should make sure that you mention your website in your Facebook, in your LinkedIn. When new people move into your area, they can check out your LinkedIn profile. Maybe you don't know that, but it's like your business card on the internet. And what you should have on it, you should have your memberships. You belong to the Toronto Real Estate Board, you should put it on your LinkedIn. You belong to the Ontario Real Estate Association, they have codes of conduct, codes of ethics. Some other countries, they don't have this stuff. So you put that in LinkedIn, in your LinkedIn profile. Put it on your Facebook. You belong to the Canadian Real Estate Association? Put that on your Facebook and LinkedIn. Put it on there. Let people know you belong to these and that you adhere to a code of ethics, a code of conduct. You had to pass a lot of courses to get that. And then you have to be doing good business or you get kicked out. So people have faith that when they give you a check for $50,000, it's going to get handled properly. In some other countries, sometimes it's not handled properly. I heard stories because I'm talking with other gentlemen, other places of the world. They went into one place, happened to be in Mexico, long time ago. I'm talking in the 90s. Maybe they changed now. A person was walking on the property. He just finished buying it. And he saw somebody else walking on the property. And he says, hello, how are you? By the way, just wondering what you're doing here today. He says, oh, I was just looking over my property. I said, what? I own this property. He said, I own this property. That property was sold 4 times to 4 different people. So that's the kind of thing that can sometimes happen around the rest of the world. So don't take it for granted that all the things that you learn, you're protecting people when they buy real estate here. And people will have faith in you for that stuff. You know, even though these FSBOs want to try to sell their properties for themselves privately, they respect the knowledge that each one of you have. Because they always ask you, what do you think my place is worth? You know, because they know that you know the sales and what's going on in the area. So they respect what you know, even though they try to sell it themselves privately. AMP, I happen to be an accredited mortgage professional as well, except that I do not practice it. I'm sort of a lead generator for mortgage professionals. These are some of the other instructors that we have. And I'm getting others that can also teach the program, the same as yourself, that you're learning maybe to give this program yourself someday. I look forward to you doing it.
My pleasure.
Real estate, yeah. It's one of the highest returns of investment of any industry because one piece of information can make you $50, $100, $200,000, depending on what it is. And that's one of the reasons we're here today, and I'm going to show you how to work that exclusive information. Now, for the people at home, you should go to your phones, pull up ICIWorld on your phone, click on the word more, and go check the testimonials on your phone. And there's 50 pages of testimonials. You should read them. Deals that are being done that are not on any real estate board that were done as a result of networking exclusive information on ICIWorld. It works for every area of the world. It's just a case of getting real estate people to kind of use it. Now, the interesting thing about this particular statistics from the National Association of Realtors is the one at the bottom right-hand corner, that of all the FSBOs in the world, 9% sold without an agent. What does that mean? It means that 91% sold with an agent. So even though you see people they have for sale by owners, they really end up selling it through salespeople like ourselves here because we're the ones that can help them get together. Other person comes in and when they want to start to try to get the price lower, they start to insult the house. Half the time the homeowner wants to throw them out of the house. So they can't even get together. That's why unions and companies, they can't even get together. They need a mediator. You are mediators to help people get together on prices. So there's a lot of advantage to having a salesperson help them negotiate the sale of a house. And the reason I bring this up, is because I'm going to be showing you today how to get information from a FSBO that you can be working on ICIWorld. All the FSBOs in the world can now be listed on ICIWorld by yourselves in a special way, and we're going to show you how to do that in compliance with RICO. ICIWorld itself has over 30,000 haves and wants. 75% of them are exclusive, not on MLS. A lot of people seeing this for the first time, they said, I thought MLS was the only way to sell real estate. It is not the only way to sell real estate. It's one of the best ways to sell real estate if you can get a signed listing. But a lot of times you can't get a signed listing for various reasons. Assignments, you can't put those in some cases on a real estate board. FSBOs, properties coming for sale. Now, we do have two databases, and I'm going to show you quickly those two databases. I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to show you how there's properties coming in from the public all around the world. And I'm going to click on the word search, and I'm going to go right to database number 2, which is over here. Database number 2 for sale by owner. And when I click on that, I'm going to click on, let me just leave this on, I'm going to take it off of Canada here, if I can. I'm trying to click on it here. Maybe I got to refresh it. Hang on, here's the refresh button. Okay, try it again. Okay, Canada. For some reason, it's not coming up. Let me just search this one here in Canada. For some reason, it's not coming up there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to bring up this other site called ICIWorld.mobi. You can have this on your mobile phone as well. Let's click on it, search database 2 here and see if it works here. Let me click on search. Okay, I think I know what the issue is. I think I have a way of fixing it, but I can't do it now, but there it is. It's coming up. These have been placed by the public. If I go back here and I could choose any country of the world and then just do a search. And let me do a search. These have been placed by the public. Free. But if you notice, nobody can click on these. Nobody can click on those. Who are the only people that can click on them? Members. Okay, so you'll be able to click on them when you're a member, if you deem it worth your while to do so. Okay, now just to show you what's coming in from other countries, let me just go down here to Asia and search. There's information coming in literally from buyers and sellers in India. Interesting, eh? You recognize some of those places?
I am from most of those places. So Himayatnagar, Begum, that is where I am from. So Abbott's, I know these on the back of my hand.
That's great.
So I'm from Hyderabad, which is a part of India, and all these I reckon. Right, if you scroll up from Gachibowli, which is 2 crores, Bashir Bagh, all these are from Hyderabad. So Jubilee Hills, Kondapur, Gandhinagar, this is all my surrounding my neighborhood.
Okay.
It's surprising how they are showing up here.
Yeah.
Himayatnagar is where my parents live right now. So the sale for a commercial property, 6
Isn't
crores.
this amazing?
Yes.
This is wonderful. So that's how easy we can connect throughout the world. So today's session, it's about opening up everybody's eyes here, that when you put information here, people from all over the world can see your information. They can call you up, you go show a property, you can make some money. Now, how can you help these people in database number 2? It's very limited who can see this, only the members of ICIWorld. How can you help these people? Anybody got an idea how you can do it? Well, let me jump in and save some time. You can contact those people from here. And you say, I happen to be a member of ICIWorld. You have to be a broker member to be a member. They're not brokers. Would you pay me a commission if I found you a buyer? Could you ask them that question? Does anybody here have a problem with that first question? No. The next question is, I don't know how you would show it, but do you have somebody over there that could show it?
Sure.
There you go. So in other words, you can have an arrangement that if you get the buyer from here, And the buyer could be in India that calls you. Even though you're in Canada, you can make the connection right in that location for those people. You can call that person in India, and where's that referral form? Your broker here, is he here? These are sample referral forms. Everybody can take one. Everybody, it's designed to give out to everybody here today. This is a referral agreement. You can do a referral to that salesperson or broker in India. So you get the lead on that property from FSBO database number 2. You post it in database number 1, which everybody can read it, but they can only contact you.
Yeah.
So you get the call, and then you make arrangements to show it to them, and you do a referral agreement with someone in India. Interesting, eh?
It is.
You can be networking worldwide, every one of you, not just here. Here is one way. I'm trying to open up everybody's mind how you can be doing it all over. And I would love nothing better for you to be the first one. Oh boy, would I ever love that. This would be wonderful. So, cutting edge technology. You know, you want to take a chance? Come on, let's do it. Try to make it work. Contact these people. The reason why you can get the call is because nobody can click on this. They have to call you.
So I will basically be putting this in database 1 because
Yes.
I have a connection there.
Yeah.
Is what it is, right?
Yeah. And you get somebody to show it. And then you can be doing deals all over the world, including your home country. Okay, let's go back.
So
now,
question, sorry, this form says they're for the province of Ontario. It means the other from the India we can sign.
you change it.
Okay.
You change it. Okay. So do referral agreements. Now, referral agreements. Sometimes it's only good as the people you're doing the deal with. you know?
Exactly. So lawyers get involved.
So hopefully you have somebody you can trust or something down there. And sometimes you get burned. You learn the hard way, you know.
These forms, I think, are valid here. Nobody cares in India about this kind of form. Right?
Well, I leave that up to you
Yeah.
how you do that. Okay.
We got to play that.
All right, next. We also do commercial and residential. Lots of residential condos for sale here that are private. Lots. You know, so you can ask them 3 special questions. And I'm coming to those 3 special questions very shortly here. ICIWorld has about a 40,000 monthly readership from 138 countries. The public can call you on your ads. You post a listing. It gets sent out to 20,000 people for all your listings all year long. Now, our membership today, as you saw, the introductory is how much? Can everybody pull up this? There's an application. Can everybody? You should have it. Okay, how much is it normally to join ICIWorld?
$319.
$319.
$319 normally to join. But today is how much?
$240.
$240. Okay, so for $240, you can join here, and I will help you do all of these things that you're talking about here today to get you. These are tools. These are information, internet tools, real estate concepts to help you make money. And your circulation.
It's the one time only
Per year.
per year, okay.
Yeah, per year. And then, when you put your information here, it's going to be on 1,500 other brokers' websites. So there's lots of exposure going on here. And that's why the Florida brokers, the brokers in Florida, they like to have their listings on your website because it's the Canadians that are buying. 500,000 Canadians have already purchased properties in Florida. Why shouldn't we get some of that referral fee sending them down there, right? I don't know why that's not working. Okay, let's go on. Click on. Another thing, we have over 18,000 pages on the internet. Lots of statistics to show that the information is going to get read by people, the public. It's on the internet. Everybody can see it. They can pick up the phone, call you, and you go do a deal. And you can see how we're advertising at the Mississauga Real Estate Board. We're going to be at the annual general meeting. So we're here to back you. We're here, you know, if you're having trouble, you call us. You know, we're there to back everything up that we're doing. Same thing, Brampton Real Estate Board, you can see it. This show, we have one of the busiest booths at this particular show. And that's because we make a statement that you could have a $30,000 website, and it's not as powerful as the websites we're supplying for literally $16.50, and I'm going to be showing them here in momentarily. Very exciting. We're also on the front page of all these magazines. These magazines, when you add them all up, ICIWorld is on the front page. Now, what is the significance of having ICIWorld? It's not for ICIWorld. It's for each and every one of you. Because when you put a listing on ICIWorld, if somebody goes here because they see this ad and they see your listing, they call you, you go show the property, and you make $30,000. All because of this stuff. So this is what we're doing to try to back up everything that we're doing. When you join, we're spending a lot of money, worth a lot more than $240 for every single one of you to take advantage of these things. And there's a readership, by the way, of 300,000 people from all of these publications, all just in the street. Forget the internet, this is on the street. Banks, variety stores, all over the place. So we're trying to, I'm like a salesperson for each and every one of you when you think about it, really. I'm like a salesperson, just keep generating business for everybody. And then you keep renewing, and that's how we make some money. All right, on the front page, okay, here it is, people. How to work real estate, have and want exclusive information. Very important. This is what I'm excited about, and every one of you, I think, should be excited because you have a chance to make a lot of money. And it started out of a book that I read by Bill Gates called At the Speed of Thought. All of these can be inventory on the internet for you. If you have something on the internet, like a regular MLS listing on a real estate board, it can trigger a lead. But if you can have information on the internet, it can trigger a lead as well. We're going to show you how to handle that right now. Oopsie daisy, there's that book called Business at the Speed of Thought. If anybody was ever interested in that, that's how this information service came about, by reading this and connecting the dots. I would love to speak to Bill Gates someday about this, actually, as well. Let's go down to the next page. All right. Basically, you're going to see on this card here, we're saying it's almost free. It's almost free, people. Now, I could get advertising and make it free. If I had advertising plastered all over the service, I could make it free. But I think it's better to have it clean. Just real estate, not a bunch of things in your face all the time. Let's move on. These are the opportunities that you have a chance to work with. Just some of them. There's so many more opportunities out there. If you ever drive by and you see a for sale by owner sign, you should never drive by a for sale by owner sign ever again the rest of your life, or shame on you. It's a chance for you to make money for you and your family. I'm going to show you how, and then you can agree or disagree. Here we go. That's it. This is it. These are the 3 special questions. When somebody says to you, I don't want to give you a listing, but if you bring me a buyer, I will pay you a commission, but I don't want to give you a listing. You start by asking these 3 special questions. You can take a picture with your phones right now. Everyone should take a picture. I don't know if you can reach it, see it. Zero in on the screen right here. This is going to help you make money. And if you don't ask anybody these 3 questions, you are missing out. People, I showed you 50 pages of testimonials that brokers are doing deals, doing this stuff. So the person says, you ask them, will you pay me a commission if I bring you a buyer? Now, we had some people that, I'll give the example in 1 second. Let's go through the next question. The next question is, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? Does anybody have a problem with that question? No. Doesn't have to be 48 hours. It could be 24. The brokers that do hotels, they ask for 1 week, give them a chance to show the property. The point is, even though we have 30,000 exclusive listings, it doesn't mean that we don't put an agreement in place first before divulging the address or before showing the property. You should always have an agreement in place first. Does everyone in the room agree? Okay? And if you do it without an agreement, then people can go right behind your back and deal direct, and you've got no recourse. And the last question is this. You ask them for permission. This is verbally. They've already turned you down to sign a listing. If they sign a listing, you don't need this at all. They've already signed the listing. You got it. But if they don't sign the listing, now you ask this question here. May I advertise your property? I'm going to do it without disclosing the address. Now there's a reason for that. And here it is. It's RICO. You and I are registrants. A registrant shall not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to identify specific real estate unless the owner of the real estate has consented in writing. You've got lots of legal things, every one of you, to remember about all kinds of things in real estate. Fisco, $10,000, no more, all kinds of things. This is one more, but only one. If you do this, if you do not identify a property, when somebody calls you, you don't give them the address. And I'm going to show you what to say. But as long as you don't identify the property, you can post that information on ICIWorld. However, when somebody calls you, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to ask you for what?
Address.
That's right. So when someone calls you, they're going to ask you for the address. You make a statement. In this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. That's what you tell them. But if it's okay with you, I can show it to you maybe on Saturday. You come to my office and I will make arrangements for you to see it. And then on Friday, the day before, you go get yourself an exclusive listing to cover your showing. In Lake Tahoe, they have snow up at the top, the lake down at the bottom. You can go skiing in one day and you can actually go swimming in the water in the same day. Movie star properties are in Lake Tahoe. They're selling properties like this. They don't put them on MLS, a lot of them. They do it exclusively like this. So you know that somebody has a $22 million home in Lake Tahoe, but you don't know where it is. So they're going to put an agreement in place first before they show it, just like this. Let's move on. Another example is coming for sale. Does anybody here think that they have a property coming for sale in the next, well, we had one here already, coming for sale.
Yeah.
And you might have one. You have one?
Yes.
Give me an example.
It's a home in Niagara Falls.
A home in Niagara Falls, roughly how much money?
About $800,000.
$800,000 home in Niagara Falls coming for sale. You can put that on the market right now. Now, when people see that statement that you've got a home coming for sale, and they ask you for the address, this is what you say. You say that in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But I should be getting the listing signed in another month or two. What I'll do is I will put your name on a list. And once I get the listing signed, I will give you a call back. And if you're still looking, you can be one of the first people through the property. How does that sound?
That agreement for how long?
This is a verbal agreement.
Okay.
This is verbal. This is not signed. If you get a signed agreement, you don't need this. This is a verbal agreement. You talk to the owner.
For the showing.
Yeah. You're going to wait until you get a signed listing. He's getting a signed listing, but not for maybe 2 months, right? Roughly 2 months, or how long in your case?
Yeah, something.
Something like that, 2 months. So you just put the people's name down on a list, okay? And then once you get the listing signed, you go back and you call those people up. Maybe the first open house, get them to come. Any questions on that? This is a workshop for you people to learn here. And everybody learns by you ask questions. So I want to thank you for volunteering your questions and your answers. Okay, any questions on exclusive information? One lady we had, she went to the FISBO area on ICIWorld. Geez, her name escapes me. I'll think of her name here in a second. There was a church space for sale. And she called them up. And she says, would you pay, oh, actually, 1 second, see if I can do this. Wait a minute. This thing's not working. Hang on 1 second. Black or unblock the slideshow. Okay. She saw somebody that had space for a church. Okay? And she asked them the 3 special questions. What's the first question?
Would you pay me commission if I were to bring somebody?
That's good. The people that did not make money on ICIWorld, you know what they were asking? I had some people, they didn't make money on ICIWorld. And I can't figure it out why. We got all the tools here. I says, what's the question that you're asking them? You know what they were asking? Will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing?
That's definitely.
What are they going to say?
No.
They're going to say no. He wasn't asking the whole question. Will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing if I bring you a buyer? Big difference.
Right.
That one little stupid difference is the difference of making $30,000 or making 0. Let me see if I can just go back here. Oops. There it is. Okay. What's the second question?
What will you give me?
No, not you. You got it. Thank you. You're on top of this. Somebody else. You can look on your screen. You took a picture of it, didn't you? I don't care if you look on your second question. You can look. Did you take a picture?
Yeah, he did.
Go look on your camera. I mean, on your phone.
Will you give me a 48-hour exclusive to show the property once I have it by?
Perfect. You got it. Will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show your property once I have a buyer? Very good. Does anybody need to take a picture of that again? You got a picture of it, okay? You got it? Okay. It's also, by the way, is it in here?
Yes.
What page? What page, please?
Page 9.
Oh yeah, there you are, people. It's on page 9. This has helped. I am not kidding. Some people on our service over $1 million in commissions. These are people that had development land. They sold development land this way. And they say yes, yes. And what's the third question?
If I bring it buyer, will you bring?
That was the second question.
I advertise your property.
Without disclosing the address. And that's because of RICO.
Exactly.
Unless you have a signed listing, if you have a verbal permission, that's not enough to give an address to somebody. You got to have a signed listing, the consent of the owner in writing. Is that clear? That's the most important thing I want to make clear here today. You got to be 100%, not even a smidgen of doubt. If you have doubt, please talk to me after, okay? And I'll make sure that you know how to do this stuff.
If they will agree to advertisement, just verbally is enough, that's it?
Yeah, you can leave it general. Most people that have a FSBO, they're happy. They have a problem. They want to move.
They agree.
They just don't want to give you a signed listing because maybe they got somebody else ready to sell it to. They don't want to tie themselves up with you when really they're ready to make another deal.
They want to agree with everybody, and then eventually.
Yeah, and they're going to be surprised when you say you ask for permission to market it. You're going to spend money on advertising for me, and I don't have to sign a listing?
Yeah. Good.
I love it. Right? That's why you get yes, yes, yes doing this. Okay? I don't know anything else in the industry in North America, and I'm reading Inman News. I'm reading everything. This has got to be right here, right now. This is one of the best solutions in the whole thing. I got 50 pages of testimonials that's proving it's working all the time. Let's move on. Okay. I'm going to give you a test. If I said I had a restaurant in Mississauga for $350,000 making money, does that give that restaurant away? Do you know which one it is?
No.
Okay, now I'm going to ask another question. And the question is, You have three answers. You can say yes, you can say no, or you can say I don't know. If I said that the restaurant was at the corner of Huron, Ontario and Dundas Street, how many people think, or how many people don't know if it gives it away or not?
Don't know.
How many don't know? Okay. How many people think it gives it away? How many people says it does not give it away? Okay, so we have all three answers. The answer is it gives it away. Why? I want to ask everyone why. Let's think about it.
There's one restaurant there.
Yeah.
There's three restaurants there.
Oh,
Okay, then yes. But if it's like, then it gives it away. But if there's like a strip of restaurants.
Well, how many in a strip?
15.
15. Let's talk about 15.
Yeah.
Does that give it away if there's 15?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so, because which one is it?
It could be anyone which is making 350,000. It's very big.
Okay, 300. Okay, let's talk about it. $350,000. The commission, a lot of cases, it's 10%. These fellows selling businesses, believe me, they're making money. 10%. How much is that? $35,000 for you.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's double ending.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
$35,000. How long? I'm going to ask you a question because I love your questions and answers and questioning this stuff. How long would it take you to go talk to 15 owners of restaurants? Just give me a rough time. Would it take you an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah, an hour.
An hour? Even 2 hours?
Yeah.
Even 3 hours?
Even a day.
To save $35,000? People will do that.
Right. That makes sense.
So even though there's 15 restaurants, the answer is you're actually still giving it away.
Oh, so yeah, they can do it themselves from the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you give them too much information, they can give it away. Look, I'm here to make sure that you make money, okay? And when you have 3.7 billion people, it's like an ocean of people on the internet. There's a lot of sharks in the ocean. And the sharks, they're all swimming around ICIWorld trying to go behind your backs. Okay? They're all trying to do that. So you have to protect yourself by really keeping it generic. How about this one? Does this give it away?
200 triple X, they could be so many.
You can't figure out which one it is. If I said it was at the corner of Ossington and Bloor next to the Pizza,
Yes.
am I giving it away?
Yes.
Okay? You got the idea. I'm leading you someplace because now I'm going to give you another test here. Okay? This one, Oakville, okay. So most owners will give you permission to advertise their property this way. Okay, now let's move on. If I said I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Does this give it away? Yes, no, or I don't know. I want to know the I don't knows first. Anybody that doesn't know? Okay, how many think it does give it away?
Yes.
Yes.
How many think it does not give it away? The yeses got it. And the reason why is this easy to find?
Small town.
Google it.
There's only one Esso gas station.
There you go, small town, yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting you to think, okay? Because working with information, nobody's teaching this stuff. Who's teaching it? They teach you how to sign a listing. Make sure you put your I on top of the I and cross the T, and that's what they're teaching. I'm teaching real estate concepts with information here, okay, that can make you a lot of money. And the reason why a lot of people don't make the money, it's because they're giving too much information away. And then, when you have a signed MLS listing and the listing expires, the other people sometimes try to go get that listing.
It's like crazy.
Yeah.
When you want to expire,
Yeah.
maybe they will bang your door.
Is that somebody's phone? Oh, that's somebody, I think, online. Their phone. Yeah, you're right. They would try to go. So I'm showing you how to try to protect yourself. Okay? By the way, there's a seat over here if you want. Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know there's 3 seats here. Okay, no problem. So the question is, how would you advertise that? Well, you could say
2 hours, 1 hour from Toronto.
you could say branded gas station. 2 hours to Toronto.
So 2 hours of, yeah, that's it.
Okay? That's how to do it. If you're unsure, who can you ask? Right here. You ask me. I will help you. Okay? I love helping you. I love the opportunity to help you. I really do. I enjoy it. Okay, how about this one?
Yes.
Three
Yes.
answers. Does it give it away?
Yes.
How many people think yes?
Yes.
How many people say no? How many people don't know? The yeses win. Why?
The only one.
There's only one.
One chance.
There's only one in
30
Bradford.
million.
It's like
in
this.
Bradford.
Like that. Yeah. It's a funny thing. One time we had a $7 billion shopping center. The price gives it away. Does anybody know which one it is? Sorry?
Was it
Ontario?
Canada.
Edmonton.
She got it. Look at that. It took 10 seconds.
Yeah.
My son, he's not even in real estate. He figured it out right away. Just the price. This one, does that give it away?
It's not difficult to find it.
Yeah.
This one does. This is okay. You agree this is okay? $500,000 Plaza, Peterborough? You can fit. There's lots of them like that, right?
Yeah.
So that would be okay. All right? Good. I'm glad we got that. Because nothing's worse than somebody becomes a member of ICIWorld and after 1 year they say I didn't make any money. And then I go over it and they didn't pay attention to this stuff. Really, the responsibility is all yours to look after your information.
Right.
All I can do is help teach and show, right? Okay. We're going to finish off with this. Real estate widgets that you can add to your website. And I'm going to do two things at once. I'm going to show you sample websites that each of you can have if you want them. The sample website takes 1 hour to build. So you make where's the orientation? There's the orientation. Yeah. Everybody, I recommend before you leave today, if you join today, you make a 1 hour orientation. We actually make an appointment. You can do it right on your phone, so I'm going to show you how. And by the way, you can actually join our, let me show you one more thing. Can you bring up the app on your phone? Where'd my phone go? Anybody see my phone?
Right there.
Oh yeah, can you bring up the app on your phone? And when you bring up the app, there's a button that says More down at the bottom right corner. More.
Fifth button. Yeah.
And what does the very first one on the screen say?
Join broker, salesperson.
Click on the join, please. The very first one. And what is the first choice on the screen? It should say corporate special. Does anybody see that?
Yeah.
Under more, you got it on your phone?
Yeah.
Corporate special. Click on Coldwell Banker. Click on it.
Mm-hmm.
You fill this in, and you can join right from here for $240. And then, when you're finished, you have two choices. You can make an appointment with me, but underneath the corporate special, there's the orientation, but we're handing the orientation out here today. You take it with you. It's already printed. But step number 3, it says make an appointment. You make an appointment with us to get you going. Now, I have a question for everyone here. How many people here are interested to join ICIWorld right now? Who's interested today?
Me.
Okay. I'm going to give you 13 months service, not 12, but 13. You were the second one to put up your hand. I'm going to give you 14 months service.
Okay, that's good.
But I'm also going to give him 14.
That's good.
Okay, I saw you put up your hand. So you're going to get 15 months service. You also get 15. You also get 15.
16.
We're up to 15. Anyone else so far? 16 months service. Okay.
24.
16 months. You're interested?
24.
No, I'm up to, I'm 16. I'm 16 months service here. I go one by one.
He is not forgetful
17
anymore.
months service.
I know.
We go up to 17 months service. That's it so far, 17 months. Anyone
My
else?
broker of record makes it 24. Right there.
Okay, we're up to 17. I'm sorry. We're stopped at 17. But if there's more, the limit, I'm sorry, is 18. We do not go past 18. Okay? But each person that signs up today can get 18 months service. today. Okay, 18. And you can just do that right from there, or you can bring your credit card and we have a chip here that you can do with the chip. Now, if it's okay with you, I'd like to show you the websites that you can be getting. The website is a separate appointment for 1 hour, and your website will be up and running. The first appointment is for your orientation. The second one is for your website, if you have a website.
We have already.
If you already have it, you don't need another appointment. The first appointment, we are going to send you the instructions to put the widgets on your website.
Exactly.
You are going to forward the instructions to Incom or whoever your website company is.
Correct.
You forward it to them,
They put the widget.
and they're going to put the widgets on for you. But you need another appointment after, because I would like to go check, because I have seen some mistakes by some people.
Right.
And I want to make sure they're working for you. Okay? All right, now we're going to look at some websites. And we help you. You can see with the widgets that we have here, all the website companies in the business, over 30 website companies, they install the widgets that we supply. Every company does it. Okay? The only thing is with Incom, they're charging $45 to install them. So that's the only other thing. If you can do it yourself, it doesn't cost anything, but that's what they're doing. We can try to help with that too. And let's keep going here. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and start to, let me open up this other one here. Actually, watch this. I'm going to click on this. Oopsie daisy. How come it didn't come up here? Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. Hang on 1 second. Let me go here, USA, Canada, and I'm going to open up, right click, I'm going to open up 9 websites. They're all opening up at the top, all at once. I'm going to be showing you how to do that stuff too. All of these are links that you can have on your website as a shortcut. And so if you ever want to visit a certain company, you just kind of click on that and it comes up. You never have to type in your top 10 favorite websites again for the rest of your life. Here is an example of a website that we supply. Okay? There it is there. This is the 2 buttons that we recommend that you have. I know it's very difficult to see them there, but you're going to see the different choices of listings. Also, commercial listings. Let me go to this other one here. Here's an example of a website. Nice and clean, simple, elegant, nice pictures. You are going to be the one that picks the pictures. I will be helping you to pick the pictures that change on the front. So if you want it to look residential, you're going to pick a residential picture. If you want it to look commercial, you're going to choose a commercial looking picture. If you want it to be both, yeah, 1 picture residential, 1 picture commercial, and maybe the skyline of the city of Toronto or something. This is your office building on the internet. It's your office building, just like this bricks and mortar building that we're in right now. But this is an office building on the internet where people can see it. So it should reflect what you like, the kind of picture that you like. Every one is elegant. Every picture, every website we have is elegant. And there's 1,000 different designs, 1,000 different pictures. Now, how do you make the money? I suggest you have these 2 buttons on your website, one called residential and one called commercial. I'm going to start with the residential one. And you're going to see it says search MLS. I want you to know that you can have the search MLS function on your website. We install it. We are approved suppliers with TREB. We deal with Stella and Joanne at the Toronto Real Estate Board in the IDX department to install these widgets, and we're the ones that install that for TREB on your website for you. So now you can always send people to your website to search for listings on MLS. The second thing is I want to show you is the company that we are using for these websites. Let me show you. It's called Point 2. How many people have ever heard of Point 2? Okay.
No idea.
Point 2 is a company out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and they have helped create over 200,000 real estate websites for professionals like yourself and myself. And other brokers who belong to this service have agreed to allow their listings, such as you see here, to be on your website. these listings can be on your website from other brokers. So when somebody comes to your website, if this is your website, they could click on one of these listings, and then what's going to come up on the page is your picture with your telephone numbers here, with this picture here. And if people want to search and see the inside of the home, they click on it, and you tell me if this isn't the ultimate in marketing on the internet. Guess what? It gets even better than this. This is a mobile website. Let me see if I can get rid of all these other windows here. Hang on one second. I think I even make the wrong window come down. Yes, there we go. Let me make this window smaller. Hang on. This is a sample of a mobile website. Okay? Isn't that beautiful, the way somebody can bring up your website on their phone? This is a shortcut. I'm going to be teaching you how to put this website address as a shortcut on all your customers' phones. Would you like every one of your customers to have your website on their phone? Is that a good idea? That's a strong marketing plan that we suggest you start to think about. You start to do. So the next time you're having lunch with some family member, he says, why don't you just put my website on your phone and you can search real estate? And so what you do is, hang on one second. Well, this is, where did I put the other one here? Okay, well, we'll take one of these. Okay, so this is just an example of one lady. There's the website that you would have on her phone. You make it into a shortcut. We will be teaching you how to put a shortcut on her phone.
Yeah.
A shortcut does not use up any resources, 0 resources. A lot of people don't want to put apps on their phone. Why?
Space.
Space? What else? Battery problems? The battery, by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, your battery's going dead because you've got too many apps. This is not an app. This is a shortcut. A shortcut uses up 0 resources, 0. So your customers can have this on their phone. Now, the same way that she has it up here, up at the top right-hand corner, when I go up to the top, it's the same. See that little, we call it a hamburger button. People click on that hamburger button and look at all the choices. Isn't this wonderful? People can search the MLS from their phone on your website. People can search Richmond Hill. They can search GTA. We will make a special one here for you, Mississauga, Brampton, Caledon. We can make special buttons for you on the areas that you do most of your work. And then you will also have residential haves and wants. And people can search. You'll see Canada, Ontario, Greater Toronto. If they come down here and search, there's the latest listings that are coming in. Exclusive buyers and sellers. You're going to have it all on your website. So not only all the other brokers in the area, they've got MLS. Everybody's got MLS. But not everybody has these exclusive listings. So you're going to have both on your website. And then, in addition to that, you will also have Florida properties here because people can search Florida. And in the essence of time, I'm going to move along. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click on commercial. And when people click on commercial, and if they, and this is what I'm going to talk to you about, hotels. Anything, hotels, motels, restaurants, gas stations, anything, variety stores, convenience stores, submarine shops, everything. You tell people they can click on this and they can go to hotels and then they can search, and on your website, all of these hotels are going to come up on the screen.
That's awesome.
So now maybe they don't know how to put a shortcut on their phone. I'm telling you now, probably 90% of them don't know how to do a shortcut. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out in the next little while. But I want to make sure that you know how to help them put the shortcut. You put it on there, and then they will have this as a button on their phone.
I have one.
And then 2 years from now, 1 year from now, whenever they search for real estate bingo, they bring up your website and they call you for more information. That's the goal, is to even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, they're always calling you for real estate. So this helps to strengthen your ties with them. Any questions on that? There's 1,000 different designs, people. I'll just show you. There's another design. How much is this website?
16.
something.
Okay, look on your application form.
Mm-hmm.
What's the third button on the right on the application? The third button.
Website free for a month
Free for 1 month
and then 199 year.
and then $199, and that's for the hosting. You don't pay that to us. That's for the website company. But we are the ones that are going to design it. We're an official distributor of that company. We're an official educator, and we're a first line of support. You can call us first for anything with that website. And you also have another line of support from the website company. And not too many people have 2 lines of support like that. Okay, and she's got the same thing. You'll see here, she's got residential, she's got commercial. Now, here's a gentleman, Florida. You can actually have Florida homes on your website. There's one in Orlando. There's one in Miami. There's like a condo in Miami. You can actually have homes in Florida on your website if you want them. Somebody calls you on it, you're going to do a referral. There's another, there's all kinds of residential and commercial. Same thing. We talked about the FSBOs. I'm going to click on FSBOs. There's the FSBOs coming in, and there's some FSBOs that are coming in. You can end up getting a call on a FSBO from your website. And so when you're promoting your website, you're going to tell people, I got FSBOs on my website. I've got private listings, exclusive listings on my website. And they'll really respect the fact that you got this kind of information. But it goes to show you there's a lot of different designs for websites. But residential commercial is where it's all happening. This is an example of a commercial broker's website. By simply changing the picture, let me just go here. By simply changing the picture, all of a sudden it looks, now this gentleman, he sells apartment buildings through ICIWorld. And so by putting a picture of apartment buildings, it shows people what he does. So depending on what you want to sell, you're going to pick the appropriate picture for something like that. Okay, that completes that. Now we're going to wrap it up in the next few minutes here. And I'm going to go fairly quickly because we're going to just summarize what we've done. On the table here someplace is an evaluation sheet. Do you see, does everyone have the evaluation form?
Should be the last page.
In consideration of me coming and speaking to you here today, would you kindly fill in the evaluation form? It takes 1 minute. And while you're doing that, I'm going to cover and wrap it up here on the screen. But we appreciate your feedback from the seminar that I'm doing here today with you. And it helps me, guide me on doing other seminars to make it effective for you going forward. If you don't have one, just...
Sorry, I'm giving you the pen one.
Okay. People online wondering what I'm doing. I'm trying to catch up to our page where we were. You can also consider having more than one website. I think we already covered that. They're like billboards. You can link them together. As long as they work automatically, that's good. The other thing is we have a video going every single day at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. in the evening. And it's how to promote your website. Everybody should know our pledge. Never go longer than 90 days without triggering leads. Or you give us a call. They'll just give you a hand. So we're getting the special here today. Now, is everybody comfortable filling it in online here? Or do you anybody prefer just paying with a credit card right now?
I'm filling it online.
You're doing online?
We can go through 1 minute and we can go all on online.
Yep, you can do it all online if you wish. And we're going to help you. You're going to help everyone, and then I can help. But if you just want to use a chip on a credit card, we have a chip reader right here. But I don't want to leave until everybody's made an appointment.
Yes.
That way, we've got you to make sure that we follow up. with each and every one of you. Thank you very much for doing the survey. That's what we're doing right now. You'll notice one of the questions in the survey, it says, would you like this service to be supplied by your real estate board? Is that question on there?
Yes.
Yes.
How many are in favor of that? So everyone would like that? Is there
Yeah.
anybody not in favor of that? Thank you. So everybody's in favor of that. In other words, one of the questions for people listening to this, and this is common for every seminar we do, that real estate people would like to have this service as a service provided by their real estate board. There's a summary of some of the things we're doing here for you. There's searches you can do in 3 seconds to check the latest listings, network exclusive information, widgets for your website. Most important thing, keep your information working 24/7. It's like fishing. A good fisherman's going to keep the line in the water baited properly. You want to make sure your marketing, your listings are properly in place all the time. Less than 90 days old. That completes our session for today. I'm going to go back to the main website. Actually, I'm going to do something else that's interesting here that I like to do. Let me just pause the screen for a moment.
I got 2 emails, 271, 271.
That completes our seminar for today. I'll leave it on the contact me. There it is there.
I got 2 emails for
Once
270.
again, make an appointment when you're interested, and we'll follow up. And there's our contact names and numbers if you need to get a hold of us. Thank you for attending and listening.
Means that other people or even what's available. Otherwise, you